I am Hans and this is my channel. Thank you guys for watching. Today we are going to be looking at the media mod for the GoPro Hero 9 Black. This thing is really super cool looking and it's not really much bigger than the camera itself. So I really like that. Let's go! It's more of a skeleton style case and most of the bulk of it is right here where the microphone adapter is. So instead of using this big adapter, which we've been using forever and everybody knows it, they've put something like this right in here, kind of like that. So when you have your GoPro, let's undo this thing real quick. So this little arm flips up like this and your GoPro just slides right in just like that. So you can see that there's a little, see if we can get you to focus up on it. You got a little USB-C in there and that plugs into your USB-C here. So we'll go ahead and let's go ahead and go this way so you get a better idea. We're going to slide this right into this module and it's going to squeeze in and it plugs into that USB-C over there. This thing pops down and clips in just like that. And we're good to go. I really like the fact that it's got these cold shoes on it. It's got one there. It's got one there on the top. You got your button here on the side. You got your record button right there on the side, on the top. But the cold shoes are cool. So you could add a different microphone than this if you wanted to, maybe. Yes, because you have these ports back here. So underneath each one of these little rubber flaps is a different port. So there's your USB-C, there's your microphone in, and then up here on the top, looks like you have an HDMI. And that's going to be for an external monitor. So if you wanted to put a bigger monitor on the cold shoe here facing you, so that you could do your vlogging or whatever it is that you're doing. You have this screen here, but you have options now. You can do it however you want to. I think this thing is cool. I didn't even realize these little flaps were back here. And that makes it way better, way cooler, because I can plug whatever microphone I want to into that, put it on the cold shoe, and we're out shooting. So pretty stoked on this. I want to go ahead and compare the audio coming directly out of this microphone forwards and backwards. And then I'm going to take this thing off and then we'll do a test with it forward and backwards without this to see how much of a difference there is. What microphone do I have here? Let's do something else, you guys. I also have this Rode microphone. Let's do a test with this one as well. So we'll take the Rode microphone. This is the Video Micro. And we'll go ahead and put this on the cold shoe of this and we'll try 3 different mics this way. So we'll have this one, and then just straight out of the camera. And then let's see what those sound like, see how this works. Obviously with this one, we're gonna be able to tell which microphone we're using because it sits right in front of the lens. Now this is why I think this other cold shoe was put in here, is if we did put this in over on this side, it's out of the way of the lens enough that we can actually still use it. And then on the bottom here, we've got our little flaps that come down to the little finger things. And so that's cut out. So this will still be able to be mounted to whatever you want to mount it to. So let's go do a quick test on the audio here and see which one we like the best. Okay, so the weirdest thing is I came out to do this test and see if this would work very well. And hear the Media Mod microphone, which I'm doing right now. I went back in to listen to it and none of the clips that I recorded. And this happened to me the other day when I was in the garage, but I was using a Hero 8 and I thought I was recording. It looks like there's a time code here. I've been recording for 30 seconds and none of my clips were there. They were not on the card. So let's see what the deal is with that. I want to face the camera this way and talk just to see what the difference is between the front and the back I want to see what this sounds like, so I'm recording the sound right now on the front facing. I've got the media mod in my hand, so we're not using this, and we're going to go ahead and turn the camera around like so. And now we're looking at the road, and we're talking into the back of the camera. I'm going to talk into the left side of the camera, and then I'm going to talk over here into the right side of the camera. I don't know where the microphone is. Maybe it's on the top here. Now I'm talking into the top. I don't know. So that is my little experiment. And then next we're going to put the media mod back on, and then we're going to hook up the Rode microphone. So now we've got the Rode Micro on here, and we are going to do a quick test with this one. Same thing as we did before. I really hope these clips are recording and I'm not just wasting time again. We're going to test them before we take the SD card out. We're going to just go back and look. So this is it facing towards me. This is it facing away from me. So this is the Rode microphone connected to the media mod on the GoPro Hero. So my results were pretty standard, like what I expected. With the media mod all by itself, it was very directional. We had the microphone pointed towards me when I was talking this way, which makes sense because when I turned it around, you couldn't hear me very well, which is the whole idea of this thing. So also with the Rode microphone, it did the same thing. As soon as I turned it away from myself, you could hardly hear. So this one's even more directional, I think, than this one. And it comes to find out that on the top of the camera here, there's a little hole. That is a microphone. And then you have another one right underneath the lens right there. Overall, I have to say, out of all the GoPros that I've had, this one and the 8 sound really good comparatively. This is actually right out of the microphones that are on here. You're getting pretty decent audio. You're going to pick up more wind and that kind of stuff for sure. But I would say overall, it's very, very well designed. You can really deck this thing out if you want to. Pull the door off just like that. Put this thing in, slide it in just like that, clip that together. And then on these back doors back here, you can actually plug in a monitor or a monitor and a microphone. And that is why they have these cold shoes here and here. It is plastic, so I'm not sure how long it will last, but so far so good. Haven't had any trouble with it. I haven't really been beating it up or anything, but it does work pretty well. I like it. GoPro, doing good. 9th GoPro. And I'm super impressed again with that stabilization. It's really good. I kind of did a comparison between the 8 and the 9 on the stabilization, just to kind of see if there was a huge difference. And you could tell a little bit. I think that it was really good. I mean, they definitely did a little bit more with this, but not by much. So I really think the 8 was really good. I really like the 8 a lot, and I have one and I'm keeping it, and I'm going to keep this and we'll use them together. And the one thing I also did notice about this was the color profile is definitely different than the 8. This has darker blacks and it's got really high saturation. So your grass is super green and you're just really high saturation. You know what that means. If you are working with a GoPro 8 and this, and you're going to mix the footage together, you'll probably want to come up with a LUT or some kind of a preset that you can just color this really quickly. Maybe take some of the saturation down, take a little bit of the contrast down, and try to get those two to match up a little bit better. Not a big deal. Again, I'm super stoked on this front screen. It definitely helps you just kind of frame things up, even though it's square. I think there might be a way to make that 16:9, but right now it's square and the image will fill up the whole thing, so it kind of just cuts off each edge. But again, you want to be in the center. That's how you do it. You keep yourself in the center. And if you get yourself out on the edge too far, you're going to stretch your face out and it's going to look weird anyway. So that's my 2 cents. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video was helpful. If you like it, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell button if you want to see more videos like this. And you will see me in the next video.
Let's go!